All right, Bobby, you're our intro guy.
Today is a special day, and today is a podcast where we talk about that special day. I'm Bobby Parker.
I'm Tucker Lenora.
And I'm Joey Nickel.
Welcome to Today Is.
All right. Yeah, okay. I sprung that on you.
Yeah, that's okay.
It was a surprise.
It was a surprise that you were supposed to talk at that moment. Welcome to the show. My name is Joey Nickel, Bobby Parker, Tucker Lenora. We have a guest today. We have two guests in a row. We had a guest last week. We have a guest this week. So we're on a guest roll.
You know what? I approve. I like all of our guests. Not that it's stale with you and me, but sometimes you bring somebody else in, and we can have a little bit better conversation.
Yeah, sometimes we need to bring somebody else in to supervise us.
Very true.
Tucker is a stand-up comic here in the Jacksonville area, in the greater Jacksonville area. She is here. I didn't think of an intro. I should have written down an intro or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So how long have you been doing comedy?
About 3.5 years.
3.5 years. The first time I saw you was at the Walrus.
Okay. Yeah.
I think, right? Is that the first time you tried comedy?
Yeah.
And then you showed up.
First time I got on stage.
First time you got on stage. You went to Rain Dogs. I might have met you at Rain Dogs.
Yeah.
But the first time you got on stage was at the Walrus.
Yeah.
And then you came to Rain Dogs a lot and got on stage there. And then they closed down. So.
Yeah, Fresh Spot was also a sweet spot for me.
Oh, yeah, you did Fresh Spot a lot. Yeah.
One night you weren't there and Spike was hosting, and I showed up and I didn't know what Fresh Spot was. I didn't know anything. I just walk in, I see a comic that looks exhausted, and he literally spots me. I'm wearing some goofy outfit, like a halter top and a skirt. I'm just like I don't know what a comedian looks like. I'm here in Middleburg. And he's like, "Are you a comic?" And I was like, "Yes," because I was 2 months in. So I was like, "Yes, I'm a comic."
You're like, of course, somebody called me a comic.
You see me, I know it. And he's like, "Come on up, let's do some time." So I did 12 minutes, which at the time was just like
a
45-minute special for me. It was like unreal. He kind of begrudgingly gets back on stage, and I'm so new that I think it's appropriate to say, "Hey, I just remembered something. Can I get back on stage?" And he's so tired after doing 55 minutes of open mic comedy to Fresh Spot that he's like, "Yeah, by all means, please come on up and do another set." And so I did, and I just remember that being like, oh my gosh, I got so much time.
Was it like just you and Spike there or something? Was anybody else even there?
Patrick.
Oh, Patrick was there.
And Randy was there, and there were like 3 crowd people, but
like only you, Patrick, and Spike.
Right, and I didn't see Patrick go up that night. He probably
went first.
10 minutes or something in the beginning, but yeah, Spike was just like looking into a sea of non-comics, and then saw some girl with a crazy outfit and was like, "You're probably a comic.
You do not look like you belong in Middleburg."
Right.
And by a sea of non-comics, I assume you mean 3 crowd members.
Yes.
Yeah, the 3 crowd members. Yeah.
And the my watch just talked to me, and I don't know why.
Oh.
Yeah. So he obviously recognized you because you wore what I would usually wear to an open mic, a halter top and a skirt.
I really like that song by 3 non-comics. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. That sounds like not a unique experience at Fresh Spot. It's dead. The battery's dead on it. It's going to turn itself off in a second. We have a fan that was supposed to help keep us cool. We're outside here in front of my house because I am for several reasons.
Several.
I was a little sick, and then I thought maybe I was over it, and then I woke up very congested and coughing a lot. So
he's just now mentioning this. Yeah. He didn't mention it when he asked me to be on the podcast.
No. I knew about it, which is why I'm sitting on this side.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I'm the buffer.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I don't even know if I'm contagious at all anymore, but
kind of relevant.
Yeah. I don't think I am. I have a problem getting rid of lung things because of my medication. So like if I get anything in my lungs, it stays there for like months. Like I can't get it out.
Ooh, family friendly. I just almost suggested something.
So I get it just lingers forever because of the medication that I'm on. It's specifically lung stuff for some reason with this medication. We were talking about something before we started the podcast, and I wanted to bring it up, and now I forgot what that was. Oh, well, I will say we are doing it a little bit later than I intended because so my wife is out of town. I have 3 boys, and they all go to different schools. And when my wife is out of town, that means I have to take them to school. Normally, she takes them to her school, and then one of them goes to that school. The other one goes to the elementary school across, like not even across the street. It's in the same parking lot. And then the oldest one she drops off ahead of time at an early class, and then he goes to high school. And well, for him it's Duncan, but he prefers Duncan. But so the internet went out last night, and the boys' white noise machine turned off, and then the youngest is trying to get it restarted, and when Alexa is when the internet's not working, Alexa gets very loud and mad at you and says like, "Bong! The internet's not working. What do you think you're doing, you idiot?" And it's really loud, and so my 7-year-old's trying to get the white noise going, and then it just does that, and it scares him every time that happens. So he comes and wakes me up and scares me, and then all the boys are up at 3 a.m., and then we all slept through our alarm this morning.
You should have just stayed at Whataburger.
Yeah, I should have. We went to Whataburger last night. I should have just stayed there, and.
So everyone slept through there. Oh, that's miserable.
So we woke up at 7:40, and we're supposed to. And I had set my alarm for 6.
Oh.
So we woke up at 7:40. Luckily, the only one that was late was the middle child. Unluckily, he's the only one that cared, and was very upset that he missed first period. The other children were not late at all. I was able to drop them off on time, but the first kid missed. The middle child missed first period. So I'm a little off today because of that. I asked. We were supposed to do it at 10. We ended up starting at about 11. But that's how my morning's been. What about you, Tucker?
I also slept through my alarm and was supposed to get up at 8:45 and woke up at 9:25. So then I brushed my teeth and jumped in the car and said, "Yeah, 10:30 would be great," as I was like on my way.
Because you were already going to be late
as
anyway.
I was already going to be late, which is really rare for me. I'm usually like really fastidious about being on time. I don't like being an inconvenience or like something that holds things up. So it was just a matter of Whataburger, not sleeping, podcast in the morning. So we're here.
Yeah. So my morning started about 3 a.m. when I woke up and couldn't fall back asleep. So I made scones, the recipe is called Fat Rascals.
Which we both joked that is what people call us.
Yes. And also, I believe the name of a stand-up special.
Fat Rascal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Stavros.
Is that Stavros's name of his special?
Yes.
Oh, you might be right about that.
Yeah.
By the way, I really like Stavros. Yeah. What's his last name?
Diamakis or something like that?
Something foreign-y.
Yeah.
He's awesome. I think he's great. I think he's hilarious. I don't have anything else to say about it.
If you're young, don't watch it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of this podcast and you are too young to
order a beer.
If you're too young to order a beer, do not watch that podcast. Do not watch that special.
Right. There's some good joke writing techniques in there. He's a fantastic comedian for adults.
Unless you're my child, and then you're fine. Go for it.
Not my child who gets scared from Alexa.
Yeah, so that's what I did.
So we're gonna talk about these fat rascals.
Yeah.
Me and Bobby, we're gonna talk about these scone type things. I just want to listen to this. That's how heavy they are.
Yeah,
they're very dense. It's a very dense product.
Yeah, I got most of the recipe from it's some history channel. It's Teddy Roosevelt's favorite treat.
What do they call them?
Breakfast.
Tennis balls in a towel?
Well,
Like
what?
you can beat somebody with them?
Yeah. You usually put dimes in a sock.
Dimes
Who's
in a
putting
sock or oranges.
Tennis balls in a towel?
Well, no, it's oranges in a towel because it will hurt them, but it won't leave bruises.
Yeah, it won't leave
It'll
bruises,
do
yeah.
internal. It's like a mafia thing.
It will if you do it hard enough.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you do it right, it just causes internal bleeding and not.
There was a
another
Family Guy.
friendly.
Was it a Family Guy joke where Bing Crosby was like, "I like to hit him with a sack of oranges because then it doesn't leave bruises." And it's like,
That doesn't ring a bell, but that I know that what the old thing is police officers using phone books.
yeah. You put the phone book on their face and you punch him, and then it doesn't leave
disperses
Yeah.
the force.
You want to try this? Or no?
Sure.
Yeah. It's very delicious.
It's a lot less dry than most scones.
Yeah, it's very good. Was it cranberries?
Cranberries and
good.
some orange zest.
No, it's delicious.
Oh, thank
This
you.
is very good.
Foodie.
Yeah. So I did that. I had family in town, so I made it for family. So these are the leftovers that I made sure I set aside for us.
For the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, they're very good.
Excellent. So that's my morning. I had today off, so I did not have to wake up, and yet I did.
So we were talking before the podcast. We were talking about jobs. I mean, I don't know how comfortable you are talking about like about your job or anything like that, but we've all had jobs that suck. We've all had jobs that have been terrible.
Or emotionally difficult.
Yeah.
Right.
I luckily do not have a job. This is my full-time job, comedy and little trivia hosting. Every now and then to pay the bills. Luckily, my wife has a good full-time job.
Yeah, but you not being stressed is a credit to you.
Yeah.
It's not the most stable, comfortable career. So I do think there's some credit to you that this is easy peasy. I tried being a karaoke host. It was a nightmare. I literally asked the host to come get the machinery and relieve me of my duties within 5 minutes, which was not possible. So I don't know. Comedy is not. I think I'm just new enough in my journey that it's not easy and it's not always fun. And so when people say, make sure it's fun, make sure you're having fun, I'm like, I'm too new to have fun. It's like with art, you have to learn skills before you can do something that edifies you or makes you happy. So
I think you're at least at the stage where you don't have to be stressed out yet about not getting paid enough.
Right.
So
yeah.
that is a stage that I am I am a little bit envious of that I'm not at anymore. Where this is my full-time job, so when I'm not getting paid enough, I have to worry about that when I'm not getting paid enough. So it was nice when I was in my early years, in the first 5 years, when I didn't have to be worried about if I'm not getting paid enough.
Mm-hmm. And I would like to say that there's a very big distinction in show business. There's show and business. The show is usually the best part of it. The business part is what usually ends most of people's show career. Mm-hmm. So business is stressful. And I also want to point out that I don't dislike my job. It's just a high stress job that I don't know if it necessarily works with me being a comedian. So I'm thinking about doing other things. I work for a wonderful company. I'm not going to mention them, but I work for a wonderful company. So yeah.
He's an ICE agent. Yeah. What he's like, I love the company. It doesn't really work. It's too much stress for me.
I'm very patriotic. Yeah. They make me wear face covering.
Yeah.
I like to smile.
Yeah. He doesn't like his face all covered up. He wants people to know that he enjoys his job.
Hey, guys. Hola.
What's the worst job you've ever had, Tucker? Both of you, but we'll start with Tucker.
I have had so many jobs that on paper are bad, but the worst, the one that made me cry before I'd go to work, the one that I just was like sweating every minute of it, was when I decided in between not being able to find jobs, I've been a teacher. Why don't I just teach 2-year-olds? And
whoa, I'm sorry. Teaching 2-year-olds?
And that was the premise.
I don't
It
think
wasn't daycare.
I don't think that's possible.
It was lesson plans submitted to the parents who drove Teslas and updating hourly on bowel movements and other bodily functions. And it was so stressful for $17 an hour at this tiny little private school. And I was by myself. There was like occasionally an assistant, but I was just there. And one kid specifically would just scream for 8 hours. And then another kid would try to escape. And you're just there like, I don't even want to do a lesson. I just want you guys to stay alive. It was so stressful, and I'm a parent.
Which is the basis of 2-year-olds. Like you can't, like, how are you supposed to do a lesson with 2-year-olds? It's like it's all about keeping the 2-year-old alive at that point.
Yeah, and I agree with the second kid, because if the first kid is screaming for 8 hours, I'm trying to escape.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out of there.
My 2-year-old screamed for 2 hours, and I tried to escape.
Right.
How long did you do that?
That's a very good question. I lasted just shy of 4 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what's funny is those parents are probably like, that Tucker, I don't know, she didn't work out, and it's like, I don't know, she wasn't very good at this, and it's like, who's good at this?
Right.
Who, like, nobody's good at this. This is not the issue of the teacher. This is the issue of it is a bad model altogether. Like the whole thing shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Like
Lesson
too many
plans
kids
for
with one
2-year-olds.
yeah.
Hey kid, here's a piece of paper and a crayon.
And not just have like an idea, like, okay, we're going to work with the color red today. It was like submit it to the parents so that the parents can be like on board with what they're being educated on today. And it was beyond my abilities. And I'm pretty good at like posters and activities, and it just, I came away humbled.
Was it, were these parents, did they think their kids were advanced and so they needed lessons? Or what was like, who
think
thinks
it
their
had
2-year-old needs lessons?
To do with the price tag. I think it was to offset the sticker shock, or to kind of answer for the high price tag. We're not just a daycare.
We're a school.
We're edifying. Right. We're like imparting wisdom to your children and potty training them. We're not potty training them. We're changing their diapers. That's not potty training. So
do me a favor. Say test. Just say test a bunch of times.
Test. That's you.
No,
test.
Okay,
Test.
Just making sure I had the right one. Okay, you're good.
Okay.
That sounds terrible. That sounds definitely like the worst job that I would ever have. I would hate doing that job. And I love kids, and I love 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
And I love babies.
Me too.
But if somebody were like, you have to make these babies learn stuff, no, absolutely not. Like, that's ridiculous. First of all, that's not good for the babies. That's not good for the 2-year-olds. Like, 2-year-olds are supposed to learn by developing. Like, you can't make a lesson. Like,
curiosity.
Yeah, exactly. It's curiosity and stuff like that. And it's like, I understand if you want to hire somebody who you know is going to bond well with the kids, or like this person, just the way they interact with children is going to help them develop better. But like lesson plans is insane. That's crazy. That's wild to do lesson plans for a 2-year-old.
Assumption.
Yeah.
Bobby, what's the worst job you've ever had? Besides hosting a podcast.
That's I did not enjoy my experience in the fast food industry.
Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds like it's probably not very good.
Yeah, I worked at I don't even think it exists anymore. It's called Rax. RAX. It was like an Arby's kind of place. And
in Ohio?
Yeah,
in Ohio. Yep.
I don't think I'm familiar with that.
It was Arby's kind of sandwiches, and they also had like a hot buffet salad bar kind of thing. That was not
like Shoney's.
A little smaller.
Okay.
And I was there for roughly 2 weeks because I was offered it. I had a job, and they said, "Oh no, we don't have this position for you." So I went out and got this job immediately and worked there for like two weeks and was offered a different job somewhere else. I'm like, yep, I'm gone. Like, this is not. It might have ended up being the greatest job ever if I stayed there. Maybe I would have managed racks and taken it over and turned it into the next Burger King, but I'm glad I didn't.
The service industry is rough when you're the minimum wage person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's very rough, and it's probably better and more fulfilling as you get bigger and as you become a manager or as you become an owner or whatever. But yeah, when you're the minimum wage employee in the service industry, that's the worst, because then you've got to deal with everybody.
Restaurant is relevant,
Yeah,
right? So
right.
if you're working at Chipotle versus Hyde Park or P.F. Chang's or
exactly.
higher end, it's a completely different kind of demographic of experiences and people that you're working with. I have one more job that was awful.
Yeah.
I am famously not an animal person.
Okay.
Like, I use all of my empathy and sensitivity to be a wonderful parent to my daughter, but
Who is technically an animal.
I do not have any patience for a dog jumping on me and scratching my tights or a cat scratching my couch. Like, I'm low income, so when people are like, it's adorable that they destroy things, I'm like, it's unacceptable. I want to call the police. Like, this is an assault. I feel assaulted, and you're smiling at me, and I'm a jerk because I'm not, like, maniacally smiling back at you. So I decided, in my ultimate wisdom, to work for a dog groomer, and the dog groomer was from Tahiti. No, what's south of us?
Mexico.
A lot of stuff.
I know, but Caribbean, Trinidad. She was Trinidadian.
Trinidad and Tobago.
So her English was a little murky, and when people would drop off their dogs, we got a lot of white fluffy dogs. And they would get mixed up. And we would call the clients. And the clients would say, what do you mean you've lost my dog? My husband died. That's all I have left of him. And we'd be like, right. No, we have your dog. We just don't know which one it is and what style haircut it needs because we don't know which one it is. So they would come down and be like, that's my dog. That's specifically my dog. You'd think we'd mark it.
Wait, didn't they have collars?
They all look the same, so at the end of the day, we're literally still saying, ma'am, we don't know which one is yours. And she's just like, I don't understand this. She's not even mad. She's like about to cry. She's like, this is so important to me. And I'm like, I agree. This is real bad. I'm out. I'm so sorry. I'm out. I can't. This is so uncomfortable.
I'm pretty sure this is exactly how my job at ICE also goes. We're not sure which one's which, so.
Also, this is what happened when you were teaching those 2-year-olds.
Yes.
You have to call them. Like,
Yes.
We don't know which kid is yours. Can you come identify your child?
Yeah,
They all have long hair.
Yeah, we shaved this one. Is that not right?
Right. We gave this one the poodle haircut.
I had something to say about it. I don't remember.
And long hair dogs. Ugh. To wash them, the undercoat, forget about it. They shake. They get all over you. I don't like it in my hair.
I'm not exactly I'm not an animal person either, I guess. I do love dogs, though. Like, I like seeing dogs and owners and stuff, and I like dogs, and I like petting dogs. I sometimes will watch videos and tell my wife we need a baby and a puppy at the same time.
Yeah, but if you're hot and you're warm, do you really want a dog near you?
No, I don't really. I only want to get a dog because I feel it would be the package for the kids. Yeah, like, I have 3 boys. A dog just seems like we should have a dog. Like, we should have a dog that they can run around with and stuff like that. But also, I don't want to deal with a dog. Like, I don't if there's a way we could get a robot dog that we can turn on and off that doesn't poop or eat, like, that would be great. But yeah, I don't want to have to deal with a dog. I also travel a ton, which means if I got a dog, it wouldn't be my dog. It would be the family's dog. They'd have to take care of it while I'm gone and stuff like that. And my wife does not. My wife is not on board with any pets. Like, she does not. The best I've been able to get is a goldfish, which my children got at the fair. And it became my goldfish because they cared nothing for that goldfish. We got a tank. We got drops. I kept that goldfish. I think I had that goldfish for like 3 years, which is the longest any goldfish has ever lived in the history of the world.
I think your wife switched it 3 times.
Yeah, well, that's possible. Well, I don't think she cared enough. I don't think she cared about that goldfish or me. Every day she's like, is that goldfish dead yet? Like, she's like, can we flush that down the toilet? His name was Big Chungus. I didn't name him. My at the time, I think... How old was he at the time? My 9 or 8 year old named him at the time, and we had him for years. I took care of him when we'd go out of town. I bought an automatic feeder so that we could feed him when we went out of town. All this stuff. It grew pretty. It was pretty big. I think it got to about that. Maybe 6 inches or so, maybe a little bit longer, and maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It might have been around 6 or maybe longer. That seems longer than 6 inches, maybe. But anyway, it was a beautiful fish. I love that Big Chungus. It used to eat out of my hand. I used to put little pellets in my hand, and then it come eat out of my hand.
Wow.
That old saying, like the memory of a goldfish. That's not true. That goldfish knew who I was. Every time I came up to the tank, it would start to go to the surface, knew I was going to feed it. It would not react that way to anybody else in the house. Anybody else would come up to the tank, it would just go about its business.
Does anybody else in the house have a beard? The answer is no.
That is true.
Is your wife wearing an Osama bin Laden beard at any point, trying to feed the fish?
I am very recognizable, but it did know a certain person comes up, that means it's feeding time.
Absolutely.
Pavlovian.
Yeah. So there's at least something there. Anyway. That fish did eventually die, and I was very upset that the fish was dead, and I wanted to have a funeral for it. I didn't want to flush him down the toilet, so I wrapped him in foil and put him in the freezer until we could have a funeral, and I don't remember what happened to that fish.
Until the harsh Florida winter passed, and he could dig in the ground.
And I could dig in the hard ground.
Dad, this fish stick is terrible.
I don't know. The fish could still be in there. I don't know. I don't remember.
We're doing a freezer search later.
Yeah,
my
guess is that my wife threw away the fish at some point, because I can't imagine that she would stand for it being in there that long. My guess is she threw it away, did not tell me about it. But that's the longest pet I've ever had, was Big Chungus, the goldfish, won at the fair. Which we've won a lot of fair fish over the years, because the Clay County Fair is
coming up.
Yeah, well, it's not till April.
The Jacksonville
one's fall. The Clay County Fair is only a couple miles from our house. We go every year. It's great. My kids win a fish every year. It dies within a couple days, or whatever. But this one lasted for whatever reason. That year, I think we won 4 fish. I think we came home with, and that
water
one
acclimation is the biggest survival issue for goldfish.
Yes, and that's been I studied up, I did everything I could to keep this fish alive. I got a electric cleaner, instead of having to change the water out all the time, I had the electric cleaner. And then the key is to change. You can't change 100% of the water, or they die immediately. Right. You gotta lower it.
Change the temperature of the bag.
Yes.
And then slowly introduce some of the water.
Absolutely. Or you just fill a bowl and let it sit at room temperature, and then and as long as it's the same temperature as what's in the tank, then you can put it in there. But it's still, you can't do 100% of the water. Anyway, if anybody, we're talking fish today.
Yeah.
We're talking keeping fish alive, and. And I am by no means. I'm not a vegan. I'll eat fish any day of the week. I'll eat whatever animal, but I loved that fish.
What are you gonna do with your vegan tattoo?
What?
It would just be a funny tattoo, because it's like a neck tattoo, vegan.
Meat is murder. Just on my neck. That's why I grew the beard.
I would like to have a meat is murder tattoo, temporary.
I've got a tattoo machine in my house. We can do this.
Temporary tattoo, so I can eat a cheeseburger in front of people. That I would enjoy that.
This is Marcus Crespo who says this. I'm gonna give Marcus Crespo credit for this. He's been on the podcast. He's a very good friend, very funny comedian. Come see Marcus Crespo at Really Good Beer Stop on November 7th. You'll be closing the show, but he has a bit where he's like. Something along the lines of like meat is murder, and he's like, yeah, that's the part I like. He's like, he's like, the violence is half of the enjoyment of eating the animal. But anyway, speaking of food, our topic today is National Pasta Day. National Pasta Day. And we're that'll be easy to remember. We're 30 minutes in.
30 minutes.
Yeah, I don't need a note for that.
Gotcha.
I was put up the graphic at the right time. So National Pasta Day, and we started talking about it last night at Whataburger, and I was like, save it for the podcast because we got some good conversation about pasta coming up. National Pasta Day, we did discuss our favorite pasta, and you said your favorite pasta is?
I am a super hardcore fan of angel hair, and I say that and immediately wince because I feel like an 8-year-old who's at a fancy restaurant and is like, oh, I know you have spaghetti, but I want the skinny spaghetti. Like, I know there's nothing wrong with it, but it just feels infantile to order it.
I don't think so. I think angel hair proves that you know something about pasta. You know the names of pastas.
Does any Italian eat angel hair?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes. So thick spaghetti, like my whole family, angel hair pasta.
Okay.
My father, who's Italian, my grandfather, who was born in Italy, angel hair pasta.
Great.
We all eat angel hair pasta. Thick pasta is it gets too mushy
so
to me.
Fettuccine isn't like
no,
the
fettuccine's
standard?
fine. Fettuccine's fine, but fettuccine. First of all, fettuccine Alfredo is not something not Italian.
I don't want Alfredo.
Well, it is, but Olive Garden Americanized it,
Yes.
so it's very different.
Yeah, it's very different. So fettuccine, here's the thing about that is I hate fettuccine unless it's homemade fettuccine. I love homemade fettuccine. Fresh homemade fettuccine is very good because the noodles stay firm then because it's fresh. But you go buy dry fettuccine that you cook like you would spaghetti.
It's gum.
It's terrible. It's mushy. I've never liked store-bought fettuccine. I've only ever liked homemade fettuccine. But when we're making spaghetti,
who makes this homemade fettuccine?
My son. And we did talk about this last night, and I said maybe I'll wake my son up at 5 a.m. to get him to make some pasta before school. Little did I know, he would have had plenty of time because we didn't leave the house until 7:40. But he makes homemade fettuccine, and he makes this this brown butter sauce for it. That's phenomenal. Like he does it. I don't even know how to make what he makes.
Yeah.
He learned it from Nick DiGiovanni, who's like a social media cook, like he's a YouTuber. He was on what's the competition show with Gordon Ramsay? Top Chef, is that what it's called?
Top Chef
or
Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen's is that a competition too?
Yeah, it is. Because they're trying to own a restaurant of his, be the head chef of one of his restaurants.
It was definitely that was the theme. I don't remember if it was. Wait, what's Top Chef? Is that also him?
No,
that's something else.
Different. It's like Lakshma. And the bald guy and brown-haired lady. I'm super up on their names, if you can't tell. Best friends.
Okay, so it was Hell's Kitchen. We watched the entire season that he was on, but we watched it on Nick DiGiovanni's YouTube channel.
Okay.
So it was only his scenes, which was,
in
my opinion, the best way to watch a competition reality show because it cut out all the dumb. Like my father was, or this is how it's like I love fettuccine because my father left me when I was 5, and the last thing he said was make fettuccine, whatever you do. Like that's like I hate that's American reality shows. I hate it. I hate it so much.
He doesn't want to know who you are. Get back to work.
Yes, get back to work. Show me the product. Like I am way more interested in the thing you're doing than your background. Like
win the award, and then I'll care.
Yeah,
I would like to say the best cooking show out there by far is the Great British Baking Show.
Yes, Great British Baking Show. It's
Sell
really
it
good.
to me.
Have you seen it?
Oh,
it's so good.
Don't remember, but
So
I love cooking
British
shows.
British competition shows don't do the background stuff. They don't care where you came from. They just care about what you're doing. They're always really chinky, wink, wink. Kind of just
Chinky,
like
wink, wink.
what did I say? Cheeky.
Okay.
Like cheeky. Like
Okay.
They will do a little background, like, oh, this person is from Devonshire with their partner and they enjoy cooking. They're an engineer and here they are.
Like a Jeopardy
That's
spiel.
it. Yeah.
There's a oh man, I wish I could give credit to this person. There's a comic who talks about this specifically and how there was a competitor who had one hand and they never address it the entire show, and she said she liked that. They don't address things, like they don't talk about your background, but she's like, but I wanted to know how she lost the hand. Like they never talk about it the entire season. But
who said that? Is it local?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is somebody said it on a special, I think, or something. I can't remember. Anyway, yes, Great British Baking Show is a very good show.
Yep. And I think one of the other things about it is the contestants are usually very supportive of each other.
They
it's
are.
like,
Yeah,
hey,
that is true.
Time is running out. I'm putting stuff up. Oh, I'm done. This other person, they'll go over and help them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Something like that. It's just fun. It just feels like, oh, hey, the person who's voted off, everyone's actually sad. I feel like they're actually sad that they're losing a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch Making It?
Yes.
That was Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman.
Yes.
And it was it was that show, but instead of cooking, it was crafts.
Yes.
It was the exact same format.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun, and it was very similar, where it was like everybody was very supportive, and they were sad when people got voted off and stuff like that.
There's a Christmas version called Baking It.
Yes,
It was
which is funny because it's like that's already based on a baking show, and then they made another show based on the show that was based on the baking show.
Derivative times
Yeah,
3.
yeah. That is a good show. So American reality shows, it's all so competitive, and I do feel like most of the time they do become a community. And like when by the end of like America's Got Talent, I feel like they all know each other and they all are genuinely sad when they have to leave and stuff like that.
Is anyone watching Mr. Beast games?
No.
Holy cow!
My kids watch some.
I do.
I just haven't had a chance.
It's crazy. It's just such a fascinating like it's not coming out of a TV producer's mind, right? It's Mr. Beast like, oh, I have money to burn, so I'm going to do a series of events that challenge people in this way or this way. It just feels like a unscripted reality situation in the sense that like Survivor or Real Housewives or The Bachelorette all have like a goal at the end. And he doesn't have this like arc that he's necessarily trying to manufacture, and so it's very like people will talk about religion on the show and people will have episodes. It's just,
he's not trying to guide it into an agenda at all. Yeah,
it's very unguided.
Yeah.
Or so it seems, at least. And
honestly, like that's the thing I hate about America's Got Talent is it's so obvious that they're trying to guide a narrative on America's Got Talent. It's so bad,
no, I don't
and it didn't used to be like that. I liked the early seasons of America's Got Talent were focused on more comedy. Actually, it focused on more like look how dumb these people are, which I love, which is probably not good. But it's like it was
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah. It was the Gong Show. Did you ever watch the Gong Show?
Yeah.
When you were a kid, like it was like. I mean, but that being said, it was equal parts Gong Show and look at these amazing, talented people. And by the end, it's all talented people, obviously. But with the X's and everything, that's obviously Gong Show-esque, with the X's. But it used to be a better show, and then it just turned into backstory with people, spouses dying and people losing limbs and surviving fires and
the parents off to the side and
yes,
the
it's
interviews.
It's too much. It's too stop trying to create a narrative with this and last season I watched Cody Lee won, and from his audition we all knew he was going to win. He was blind and autistic and was first of all, was the most talented person on the show, so he should have won.
In what way?
He sang and played the piano.
Okay.
And also, I looked him up because he was so interesting. I looked him up, and he did more than just play the piano. He played like 6 instruments, but they never even had him play it on the show. They never had him do any of it on the show. He just played the piano and sang, and that was it. And he was great. And he was very, he was pretty severely autistic. He was communicative, like that was fine, but it was very clear that he was autistic and blind. And then he would get on the piano, and it would just, I couldn't believe it.
No.
I would recommend looking this up if you ever have a chance. Look up Cody Lee, especially his audition, and just amazing voice, amazing talented kid, and everybody knew he was going to win. From the moment he auditioned. It's like he got the golden buzzer. He didn't even have to go through any more auditions, went right to the live show. And then every episode, because they compete against each other episode to episode.
Right.
So it's like, they have however many people on, and then they whittle it down from those people in that episode. So every time he was on an episode, I'm sure everybody else was like, oh. Everybody was like, okay, I'm not making it to the next round. Or if I am, it's going to be close. It's like, it wasn't even like we all knew he was going to win. And that I like, but it's like it seems like everyone else, they're trying to make into that. Like even if they have no issues, they're trying to make them into that. Like Preacher Lawson,
make them as sympathetic as possible.
Yes, like you want to feel sorry for them. It's like it's sympathy bait is what it is.
Everyone has to have a tragic backstory, and if it's not tragic, it's not a backstory. Yeah.
So I don't know if you have you met Preacher Lawson?
I have.
So I've worked with him a couple times. I worked with him before he was on America's Got Talent. Then he auditioned, and we actually auditioned in the same season. Me and Preacher Lawson. But anyway, he obviously made it on. He made it to the finals. I think he got runner-up, I want to say. I know he lost to the ventriloquist, the 11-year-old girl ventriloquist. But even him, who I'm not going to say he had I'm not going to say he was like a privileged or anything, upbringing or anything. He had, he had struggles as anybody else, but normal struggles. But then he moved to L.A. to pursue his comedy career, and then lived out of his car while he was in L.A. And so they framed that as, when I was homeless. And it's like, no, you weren't. You chose to, you moved. You were fine. You had a home in Orlando. He lives in the Orlando area. It's like you had a home in the Orlando area and friends and family, and then you moved to L.A. to pursue your career, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with living in your car while you're trying to pull your career together. But you can't say you're homeless. You're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to claim that you were homeless and then have the sad music. Yeah. You can't play Sarah McLachlan behind you and say, when I first moved to LA, I was living out of my car. I was homeless. It's like, well, first of all, you had a car. So right off the bat, you're better off than any other homeless person in LA.
Also, homeless people don't tend to have a home in another state.
Yes, exactly. It's like you're not homeless then. You have a home in Orlando.
I think a better way to frame that as far as selling it to me would be like, hey, I went out there. I took a chance. These are the things I did
and I respect that. Yeah, I respect that risk that he took of living in a car for however long he did until he was able to get a place. But don't tell me you're homeless. Don't tell me you lived the life of a homeless person.
I ate the garbage of my
You probably had access to health care. Yeah. You probably it's like you can't. Don't tell me that. I didn't like that, and that wasn't even him. That's not his fault.
Right.
That was the producers and everything. That was everybody around him, which I did. I did audition for America's Got Talent. I don't know if I have talked about this on the show.
Were you too sad?
Listen, my backstory, I did hide one of my legs and one of my arms and had a hunchback. And they said, you're too ugly. We can't use you.
We can't
We've
sell
already
that.
got that guy booked. We can't have two of you.
No, for me, so I put that as a credit sometimes that I was on season 12 of America's Got Talent. And this is how I was on season 12 of America's Got Talent. I showed up to the open auditions, which was here in Jacksonville. It's the only one they've had in Jacksonville.
Right.
It was at the, the convention center that used to be a train station. I forget the name of it.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Downtown? You ever
Yeah.
been there? Anyway, it was there.
Prime Osborne?
Yeah, Prime Osborne. Yeah. Hey, good job. Good memory. Prime Osborne Convention Center. It was auditions. They said doors open at 8 o'clock or something. It wasn't super early, but it was like 8 o'clock. Doors open. Sign up for a time. That way you don't. That way we call you when it's your time. So I signed up for 10 o'clock. I was like, and it was open. Like there were open spots for 10 o'clock. I was like, great. This is going to be great. I don't have to wait in line for hours and hours. You just show up and, for your 10 o'clock spot. So then I was thinking, like, well, what if people just show up before their assigned time? And I was like, so I decided to show up at 9 o'clock, thinking I'll be a little early. Didn't matter that you signed up for a time at all. Not even a little bit. They did not adhere to that at all. Everybody just showed up when they opened. By the way, the big line outside that they always show in the audition episodes when they're like they're talking to people in line,
right?
Doesn't exist.
It does
Complete
not.
fabrication.
Wow.
There is no outdoor line, and you first of all you immediately walk inside. So I was actually confused because I showed up to the Prime Osborne looking for the line.
Sure.
Like, where's this outside line you're supposed to wait in for hours? I walk up there, and they're like, oh, yeah, come inside. We go inside. I'm in line for maybe 15 minutes on the inside line just to get processed. And that's the only reason there is a line, is so that they process you and say, what's your name, fill this out, all this stuff. You see the year before, some girl with a ukulele won, I think, and so there were 6,000 ukuleles and all this and all these, like, Pixie, just like, Raggedy Ann ukulele girls standing in line. And then I sign up for my thing. They're like, okay, here's your number and your group number. And then your group number goes to a room. And then you go and sit in a room. And then they move you based on when you're set up to audition, they move you to different rooms. So it's like, during this time you'll be in this room, then when that group is done, you'll move to the next room. Then you just move from room to room. There's no line, you just sit in a room for hours and hours. I was there for, I want to say, 9 hours.
Wow.
Maybe 10. It was my birthday, and we had a birthday dinner planned, and I missed my birthday dinner.
Aww.
My wife shows up to the birthday dinner, and they're like, where's Joseph? And she said, he's still auditioning at America's Got Talent. And they all laughed and thought that she was joking. And she said,
Diminishing returns?
She said, no, he is really there. We're going to eat without him. And then she brought me chicken strips that we ate at the theater when we watched Rogue One in the movie theater. And it was Longhorn. The chicken strips are great, by the way. Okay. You wouldn't think a steakhouse would have good chicken strips, but they're amazing. So I was there for 9 hours. So while we're sitting there, the thing that they have you do while you're waiting and everything, which, by the way, one of the rooms had no chairs, which was terrible. All the other rooms did, though. Most of the rooms had chairs, but one room did not have chairs. Now, I had my earbuds in most of the time, just listening to podcasts, watching shows on my phone, that kind of stuff. It was very boring, but they do take you out to like part of the outdoors, and they have you stand in line, and they film you standing in line, like your group of auditioners, and that's where they get the line. That's completely fabricated, and they did it with every group. Every group got filmed in line, in this big long line, and they have this big crane shot and everything, and there's moving around, like, oh, look at this giant line. Let's talk to somebody in line. Oh, why are you auditioning? All this stuff. No line. Like, they just completely pull you out there. And my audition group had some. What's the Brazilian? Is it Carnival in Brazil? Is that what it is? There were some Carnival dancers with the big feathers and everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I was like, okay, they're getting on TV. Right. Like, this is cool. Like, this group of this line is going to end up on TV. So I went and stood by the Carnival dancers, like right behind them. I was like, I'm going to get on TV now because I know they're going to get filmed. They're going to show at least a shot of them. And they did. I was correct. They did show the Carnival dancers. Their feathers completely covered my face. All you could see was my hat. You could see, and at the time I was wearing a red hat. This is before 2016. I was wearing a red hat that said nickel on it. I switched to the 05 shortly after that. But I had a red hat that said nickel on it. And then so if you go to season 12 and you look through the audition episodes, if you see the Carnival feather dancers, look for, in the background, a red hat. That is me. That is my America's Got Talent season 12 credit.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I put that on flyers.
As you should.
Yeah.
I've worked with so many comedians who have been on Comedy Central.
Yeah, I know. And
theory.
you just see the Comedy Central logo, and it's like, first of all, Comedy Central went bankrupt before you even started comedy. So.
Oh, so it's Radio Shack on my resume.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nobody can
check
prove
up.
me otherwise.
Circuit City. Like,
Yes.
I was a manager at Circuit City. It's like there's no way to check
Actually,
that.
I
owned
was
it.
the CEO of Circuit City.
Yeah.
CFO.
Ooh, that's a worse one.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah, you don't want to be
it's
the
more on you.
No, you're not getting a job then if you say that. So that was my America's Got Talent experience. I have since been on TV multiple times on local television. So my whole face in most instances.
This makes me think of what TV show do you want to be on? I want to be on Survivor. What about you, Bobby?
Oh, I would not do well on Survivor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
I-
either, but I
yeah.
just want to do it as like a, I don't know.
You ever watch Traitors?
Yeah, I
It's
know. I met
Survivor-esque.
Alan
It's very-
Cumming.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, in Sarasota.
I think
He
you told
came
me
to, a bar that I was working
Oh.
at after a event that he did, and he came in, and I was like, "Can I take a picture with you?"
Is he
and
the same
was
guy?
like, Ugh.
Oh yeah.
He was so like, sorry, cut it out. I am not interested. Like, this is so beneath me.
You know what? That doesn't even disappoint me.
Right.
It's like that. That's him. Like
I went out, bought his
yeah.
book, read his book about his abusive father. He's an interesting character.
That's 51 minutes. That doesn't even disappoint me that he was like like that is his character in real life. Like that's how he
I
acts on
wasn't
shows.
offended.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, that's fine.
I was
don't
just
care.
about to ask like how is he how he is in in person. I was like that. In fact, if he were super gracious and nice to me, I probably would be disappointed.
It would ruin the illusion. Yeah, he's.
However, I would love it if he hit on me. Like that would be the only other version of.
Yeah, if he said
like,
you have fabulous shoes.
Yes.
Or something,
Oh
that
my
would be a
gosh. Yeah,
huge
that would make my
compliment.
day. That would
Yeah.
be. I was like, all right,
He's one of the last fashionable.
That's the best thing that's going to happen to me my entire life. If he complimented me in some way or hit on me or something, that would be.
Him and Tim Gunn.
Oh,
from
really?
Project Runway. I
Yeah.
gave birth to my daughter while Project Runway was on the TV, and I love that show.
He, however, does seem like he would be nice in person.
So sweet.
He'd be very
He's-
sweet in
he
person.
He will
I think
cry
so.
when people are getting eliminated, and you're like, how can you muster the energy to care?
When's he gonna settle down and find a good wife? Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Heidi
what
is
if I
his
were?
beard.
Yeah, right, exactly. What if I were just completely oblivious to all
Yeah.
like to people like that? Who's like it's very obvious.
It's like the guy on Conan's podcast that was like, Jeff,
Oh yeah,
Jeff?
he's like right, yeah.
what's going on with Jeff Epstein?
Yeah, he's like
and they were
the
like,
financier.
yeah. They were like, what do you mean you haven't heard? And he's like, no, seriously, I haven't
call
talked
him.
to him.
Let's
And
call
like,
him right now.
Yeah.
The Traitors. So you have seen Traitors or haven't?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I want to be on Traitors,
Okay.
but I also feel like I would hate it by the end because it is
Sure.
a lot of. Well, it depends. I guess it would depend on which side I was on.
How dumb your contestants were.
I feel like if I were one of the Traitors,
You would be.
I'd probably get picked to be. Although comedians usually don't get picked to be Traitors.
I know, but with your background and
Maybe.
you would be like a sleeper. It would be like, oh, I wouldn't expect.
because I'm nice.
Because you're
Yeah,
nice and you're
maybe.
a family man and you have.
I would be
you know,
unexpected.
like,
You know what I think would
spiritual
happen? I think I would
values.
get picked to be a traitor later, like as they, you know how they pick the traitors can ask somebody to join them. I think I would be that guy.
Pulled in.
Yeah, I think I'd get pulled in because I would be
'Cause
trustworthy.
women would trust you.
Yeah, and like
men would wanna
exactly.
befriend you.
I'd be everybody's friend, and like we got to get that guy. He's everybody's friend. And then, but see, here's the
Because
thing.
women want him and men want to be him.
Yes, exactly. That's what everybody thinks when they meet me. Because I am non-threatening. I'm a very non-threatening person, so like I feel like they would pull me in, or I would get picked from the beginning because of that. But so I probably would at some point end up being a traitor. But I think I would want that. Because I feel like you have more control. Well, you definitely have more control if you're a
Right.
traitor. But
Yeah.
I also feel like at the end of it, I would hate myself at the end of the show, which I kind of get that from almost everyone who's a traitor. Everyone who's won that's been a traitor, they kind of get like you get this feeling that they kind of hate themselves at the end of the end of the show, end of the season.
Did you watch the one with Boston Rob? He's from Survivor.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I don't remember anybody's name, but it was. I have seen one season of The American, and I started the second season. But I don't like reality show people, and so
that's all they feature.
Yeah, that's all they feature on the American one. So it's like, and I like Alan, and I like some of those people were very good, and the non reality show people were great. And the first season, actually, the winner was like was a reality show. What had been on other reality shows, but
Kate
she wasn't
from Below
so bad.
Deck was on it.
Oh, really?
First one.
Well, the first season had it was like half reality and half normal people. Then the second season it was like mostly reality with like one or two normal people, and I didn't like that one as much. I didn't like second season, but the British version is like all normal people. Like it's mostly normal people, which I felt was more compelling. I thought that was more compelling than having
Joey only likes normal people if they have a British accent.
Yes, absolutely. If you have your British accent, you're a much better person. That is science.
And the Australian version, same thing. It was. By the way, I have seen a season and a half of the American, all the seasons of the British version, all the seasons of the Australian version.
I have no idea what
You're
this
my
show
phone
is.
a friend.
I'm going to let you know. I've tuned out the last 5 minutes because I have no idea what Traders is.
So you start off with like 20 people. I think it's usually 20 or so. You start off with 20 people, and then 3 to 4 of them are chosen to be traitors. And then you go, and at the end of every night, the traitors murder somebody. And then it's like what's that game we play as you'd play as kids?
Duck, Duck, Goose?
No,
I
can't remember. It's like where you like somebody's the killer, and then you have to guess who the killer is, and then you guess what I'm talking about?
7-Up?
No, like you all like somebody you all sit in a circle. Somebody in the group is randomly chosen as the killer.
Mormonism is dark.
No, this is like this is everybody.
Okay.
Like I am very shocked you guys have never
You're
heard of this.
You're going to say it, and then I'll be like, oh, yeah, I know that.
And like somebody's the killer, and then somebody's the detective. And then everybody closes their eyes, they pick somebody to kill, and then they sit back in the circle, and then that person pretends to die, and then you have to figure out who the killer is. You have to guess who the killer is, and then who the detective is. Or I don't remember if you have to guess who the detective is. You guys honestly have never heard.
It's not ringing a bell.
I feel like somebody just made you do their job as a private eye.
I swear I played this all through my childhood in school, in church situations, in school situations, in camp situations. You guys have never played this.
No.
That's why I said the background is dark.
I can't remember the name of it. And there's a mob version too. It was like, I forget what it was. They called it mob or something, or mafia. They used to call it mafia.
I know a game Mafia where you'd have to like figure out who a mafia person was, but it doesn't sound familiar to that. And frankly, this was because I was at a Christian school and it was a drinking game. So I'm like, I don't really know what the rules were. I was just drinking.
How about Marco Polo? Anybody?
Marco Polo, I did.
What are you talking about? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, he's an
What do you
explorer.
guys do? Some weird Christian-y stuff? What's this weird
It's
Christian-y
a
Marco
pool
Polo?
game.
So like billiards? So traders is you've got 3 or 4 people who are traders. Every night they murder somebody. They get together, decide who they're going to murder, and then it gets whittled down.
And there's a circle.
Yeah, and at the end of every night, before the murders, they vote somebody off. They're like, I think this person is a traitor. We're voting them off. And then at the end, and then when they do that, then they reveal like, I was not a traitor. You voted off. They call them traitors and faithfuls. Okay. And it's like, you voted off a faithful. You guys are idiots. And then they keep trying. Every night they try to find another traitor. Whoever's left is, if all the traitors are gone. Once all the traitors are gone, then they have to decide if that's really the case. Like all of the faithfuls that they're okay, we think we're all faithfuls left. We're going to say we think we're all faithfuls. And then if it is only faithfuls, they split the money. And it's usually like $250,000 or $500,000, depending on what country you're in. I think in America it's $250,000. They split the money. If there's any traitors left in the group, when they say that, the traitors get the money. And And then the goal of the traders is to whittle it down till there's only traders left, or only them left,
Right.
only the one person. Most of the time, it gets down to one person.
So, if in the Italian version, do they eat pasta?
Yes.
Okay.
Callback.
That was smooth. That was a smooth callback.
Thank you.
What's your favorite pasta?
My favorite pasta, I do like the thicker pastas, so I'd probably go with like a I like the filled pastas like ravioli.
That's true. I do like those too. Yeah, I definitely like a good pillow of meat or cheese.
Yes. Oh, pillows of meat
Yeah,
and cheese.
those are very good.
That's how I'm usually
Tortellini.
described.
I like tortellini
Ooh,
too.
Tortellinis are fantastic.
Tortellini can usually stay a little firmer than ravioli, but it's still, you get a good sausage tortellini or something like that. Those are pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or a good tortellini soup.
Yeah, tortellini soup's very good too.
Fantastic.
Tortellini is very unique because I feel like it can keep firm better than other pastas.
Yes.
So like when you can put it in a soup and it's not going to get all mushy. You put spaghetti in it. You put spaghetti in a soup, that's ridiculous. Don't
The
even talk to me.
only tortellini I think I've ever had was freezer burn from Trader Joe's. So I'm like, oh, interesting. Oh,
I love tortellini. Tortellini's good. Different pastas for different situations. So like tortellini's good as especially if it's like cheese filled with really good cheese or meat filled or whatever. Tortellini, it's basically good on its own with garlic and butter. Like it's good just like that. You don't have to put a red sauce on it. You don't have to put a white sauce on it. Garlic and butter, it's pretty good. Maybe some Parmesan cheese or some Pecorino Romano, something like that. Do you know what Pecorino Romano is compared to regular Romano?
It has more pecorino.
It has more Rinos. No, it is goat cheese.
Okay.
Pecorino Romano is goat cheese, and regular Romano is dairy, is cow cheese. That sounds gross. Cow cheese sounds disgusting, but that's what it is.
I love cow cheese.
I do too.
So that's Pecorino Romano is made with goat's milk, and regular Romano is made with cow's milk.
I did not know that, and now I am glad that I have bought Pecorino Romano.
Pecorino Romano is better, in my opinion. It's very delicious. The only place I've been able to find Pecorino Romano regularly is Publix. You can usually find it at Publix. I can't find it at Walmart usually. I usually can't find it like Winn-Dixie, or sometimes you can get. I mean, I'm sure like places like Whole Foods will have it, but it's going to be more expensive. But yeah, Publix usually has Pecorino Romano.
I'm going to step over here for a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I had Publix money, but I am not. I don't belong. I'm Winn-Dixie folk.
Well, you got to get the sales, man.
I know about Wednesday's
Publix.
BOGOs. I am aware.
The BOGOs
but
are where it's at. I
Winn-Dixie.
exclusively buy BOGOs at Publix.
Yeah, I
and
get
Winn-Dixie's not as cheap as it used to be. Winn-Dixie used to be
better.
the budget one. And
well, Aldi's is the
Aldi's is the best, but they're not
the
everywhere.
standard.
They're not as
Yeah.
accessible.
There's one on near me.
They
on the
just
west side.
barely got one in Fleming Island. So we
okay.
barely have one close to us. But also, they're not like, I need this, let's go to Aldi. It's more like, let's see what they have at Aldi. It's like they don't always have the same stock every from week to week.
Yeah.
So
the bread is pretty consistent.
bread is great.
I love their sourdough.
Best
everything.
bread of any supermarket
Yes.
is Aldi.
Yes.
For sure.
And so cheap.
So
and
cheap.
Their bagels are fantastic. Their fresh salmon is good, but you got to eat it in 2 days, which is a weird thing to say.
Aldi is definitely good. They're definitely the budget. But yeah, you got to get the BOGOs at Publix. That's the best deals usually.
I
the
know, but
BOGOs.
I can't do 2 grocery stores. So my new thing, the way I grocery shop as a slightly agoraphobic person that doesn't want to be in the way of anyone, is I order all of my food on Walmart and I
Yes.
have them put it in my car. And I
Yeah,
just
that's
sit
what
in
I
the
do
car
too.
the whole
Yeah,
time.
I do that too.
It is so much cheaper than shipped. You're
Yeah.
not paying anybody extra.
I have not walked into a Walmart to do grocery
it's
shopping in
amazing.
years, since
Yes.
2020.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it took me a while to figure it out. It is so
They are
fantastic.
definitely Walmart is definitely the cheapest of any one item. Like it's always going to be the cheapest at Walmart. They just don't have the sales like other
Right.
places do.
They
but
still do not
some-
roll.
Sometimes they'll do the
rollbacks.
rollbacks, and you'll find like a case of soda or something that's normally $7. That's $5 kind of thing.
Strawberries have been really, really cheap.
Really?
Like $1.25 for like a carton of them.
Walmart's. Watermelon is always cheap at
Yes.
Walmart. $5. You get a whole seedless watermelon. We do that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We like to go to the pumpkin patch for pictures, and then Walmart to buy the pumpkins.
That's smart.
Yeah, that's absolutely, because it's much easier to spend $5 on pumpkins than it is $70 on
seriously.
pumpkins. So.
Now, when I'm making sauce, I don't like to buy the Walmart brand canned tomatoes.
Sure.
I don't think those are as good as the name brand. And there's certain brands I'll get where I'm like, these 3 brands are usually pretty good, and of canned tomatoes.
I know San Marzano is.
San Marzano's pretty good. I can't remember the names of the others. I know them by look. Like if I look down the list, oh, that's the good one. That's the good one. And then, but pasta, I will buy Walmart brand of dry pasta.
Sure.
That's usually fine.
Yeah.
That's usually just fine. And Walmart now has them in. If you get angel hair, you can get it regular, or you can get it cut in half.
Yes.
And then, because I always break it in half when I cook it, and so then I don't have to break it in half. I just throw one whole box in. That's my whole family for the evening. And I make a good sauce, a good red sauce.
No, so here's the thing. You're calling it sauce. How do you feel about people that call it gravy?
So people call it gravy. I don't know where that line is. Like, who calls it gravy and who calls it sauce?
Are you in The Godfather?
My grandfather, who was born in Italy, never called it gravy. I never heard gravy until I saw The Godfather, and they called it gravy. But the reason why, so there is a difference. So there is sauce, and then there's gravy.
Right.
Gravy has meat in it. Sauce is just sauce. Like, sauce can be anything. So sauce can be.
Sauce is a preamble.
Yes, exactly. You put meat in it, and it becomes gravy. And specifically red, I think. I don't think they call the white sauce gravy. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I think it's specifically red. I'm not sure. All the Italians are going to get mad at me for not knowing my own heritage, but I never had heard it called gravy. My parents never called it gravy. My grandfather never called it gravy.
They'll get mad at me too. They think I'm Italian. I get that a lot.
Yeah,
Are you Italian?
yeah.
Are you Latin?
Yeah, I get
like,
Latin. I get Puerto Rican. People think
No.
I'm Puerto Rican all the time.
Yeah.
Especially after I get a haircut, they all think I'm Puerto Rican.
So
But your eyebrows aren't manicured,
After a haircut, they are.
are they?
I don't know.
I
She does actually mess with my eyebrows a little bit.
I know,
I-
but they're not sculpted like
not
in that.
not sculpted, but I have been asking my barber to, like, hey, make sure my eyebrows are done, because my eyebrows are just starting to come down.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
I've got eyebrow
Yours
curtains.
are longer, so if you brushed them up, you could trim them.
I have.
My-
have to.
My barber does trim my eyebrows when she cuts my hair. But is that a Puerto Rican thing?
Okay, so men's facial hair, specifically in Puerto Rican culture, their eyebrows are extremely defined. Front, end, top, bottom, like every edge of it is very defined and clean, which is not common in Latin culture for the eyebrows to be so manicured or so coiffed. So that's why I was just surprised.
Puerto Ricans are known for eyebrows.
I at least as a woman looking at men and observing their eyebrows, I'm very aware of men's eyebrows.
So I should start pointing that out when I see it. It's like, those looks like some Puerto Rican eyebrows.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's
as-
why I dated that one guy. I was like, he has good eyebrows. The one that liked
And he
the
was
Star
Puerto
Wars
Rican?
stuff.
Was he Puerto Rican?
No.
Oh.
As an
You're
agent,
into eyebrows.
I am.
Yeah.
I'd like to say, as an agent of ICE, I really appreciate knowing that Puerto Ricans
Yeah.
have clearly
those are the
defined
safe ones.
eyebrows.
Americans.
Exactly. That's like, oh, you got shaggy eyebrows, you're gone.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
So are you super excited Bad Bunny is playing the Super Bowl?
I am. Yeah, I think Bad Bunny is going to be a good time. I really enjoy all the hysteria. I
Here's
enjoy
the-
it when people get
Yes.
hyperventilating about things that are
Here's
entertainment.
the problem I have with this, which is the problem I have every time something like this happens. I don't know anybody who's upset that Bad Bunny is doing the Super Bowl.
Sure.
It's all public. It's all people
yeah, but how
trying
many
to
January
make noise.
6th friends do you have?
Oh,
so.
yeah, that was my uncle. No, I'm just kidding.
I will say the people that I know that are I use the word upset very loosely here.
Yeah.
The people that I know that are upset that Bad Bunny is doing the Super Bowl are the people who are like, I don't know any music by Bad
That's
Bunny.
fine. Yeah, and that's valid.
It's
It's like,
like-
man, I wish they'd pick somebody I knew. Like,
Yeah.
that's
But how old
that's
are
more
you?
valid. Well, I could not tell you a Bad Bunny song. I have no.
Right, but I'm saying, like, if you're a 45-year-old person, are you the pulse?
Right, exactly.
Like, are we supposed to care
That's
whether
the
you
point.
know something?
When somebody who's 55 is like, I don't know who Bad Bunny is. Why is he on the Super Bowl?
Of course you don't. You
yes,
know New
that is
Balances.
the point. That is why they picked Bad Bunny, is because you don't know who he
Yes,
is.
correct.
They're trying to pick somebody who 20-year-olds know.
Right.
They're trying to get, like, you're going to die in a few years. We
Yes.
need to pick our, and people are saying things like, who's the guy who did I'm Proud to Be an American?
Lee Greenwood.
Lee Greenwood. They're like, Lee Greenwood should do the Super Bowl. And it's like, Lee Greenwood, you're the only person that knows who Lee Greenwood is now, left alive in the world. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But I don't know
agent
anybody
wrote that.
personally, though. I don't know anybody personally
Right.
who's acting like that. It's all. I think it's all a front. It's all, people. It's all the Fox News or whatever trying to create controversy when there's really not any controversy with it.
It's news in general, but yeah, I think the only thing I saw was like the one unifier we could get as the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl halftime person, the one person I think America and the world would agree on would be Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, let's do that. I would not be surprised. Well, here's the thing. I was going to say, I bet they've probably asked him and he said no. However, I could see it being a problem because because it's parody.
Yeah.
I could see that being a rights issue for a broadcast that big.
You think they've asked him?
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody said, yeah, they asked. If he said, yeah, they've asked me before, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be
would
surprised.
Be floored.
Really?
Are you joking? For
no.
the
Weird Al,
prime time spot, Weird Al, come on out! Like, seriously?
Weird Al Yankovic is one of the most popular artists of all time. Like of all time. Like he covers
Nobody plays them
generations.
At their wedding. It's not like this is
No, but I know.
amazing.
Yeah, but so like that doesn't. I mean, is that the
The
barometer?
Super Bowl should have some like prime time energy.
Oh,
not like derivative.
So here.
I mean, they had
here's
Paul
the thing.
McCartney.
Yeah,
It's like-
I guarantee somebody has spoken to his people about it. Like, hey, is this possible? Because they talk to people about everything all the time, and nothing comes to
I
fruition.
just don't think of him as on that level. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I must just be outside of the bubble.
I mean, he's still selling out stadiums. Like he's still.
My
Now maybe not like in the last
I feel like you're
5
saying
years.
a magician should do the Super Bowl. That's what it sounds like you're saying to me. Is a magician should do the Super Bowl.
Well, a magician doesn't sell out Red Rock in Colorado within the last 2 years, and Weird Al has several times.
Yeah.
Sure, boomers love Red Rock.
Yeah, and boomers.
Well, Weird Al's not a boomer, not boomer culture.
Who are his fans?
Well, first of all, me and my children.
Right, but other than you,
Well, like first of all, Weird Al is ingratiated him to every generation since he's been around. So like
I'm in a generation.
whatever. Well, it's not for you then. But like but like every generation from the time he became popular till now loves him. Like there's somebody in every generation
Can the
that loves
title
him.
of this podcast be like something about Weird
Listen,
Al? This is crazy.
don't come at me with your don't come at me with your takes, because we've talked about how sometimes it's about your bad takes sometimes about your your.
I feel like you've had this one in the chamber. What are you trying to
What?
say?
There's been other times where people in our group will be talking about something and you'd be like, you're crazy, and but then you're the only one that thinks that.
Can you give an example?
Yes,
It won't hurt my feelings.
but I don't want to start another argument.
Okay.
When I can't remember his name now. The guy we said looked like a skinny Hugh Jackman, and you thought we were crazy.
Oh, Ethan Hawke.
No, not Ethan Hawke. No, Ethan Hawke's another story. Ethan Hawke, I do think that is weird, but that's just an opinion. Like, it's like, I don't like Ethan Hawke. That's fine. What's weird about this is that you think Weird Al doesn't have the reach to play the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I absolutely think he has the reach to play the Super Bowl.
No, this is brand new information.
I
thought
absolutely
he was,
think
like, dead.
if he were to he just had a movie, like he just did a movie. They just
Not
did
on
his
my
biopic.
radar at all.
They did his biopic, and it was hugely successful, and it aired on Roku, and it was hugely successful. He was not like it was
that the
nominated
standard?
for an Oscar. His biopic movie.
This is all new information. Didn't know he had one.
But that's what I'm saying. Just because you're not a fan doesn't mean he's not. He's not. Like, I honestly feel like if he were asked to do the Super Bowl now, that A, nobody would have a problem with it because so many generations like him, and B, anybody who was a Weird Al fan would not be surprised that he's doing the Super Bowl.
Comment your thoughts below. I'm fascinated. I can't wait to research
I would
this.
be very shocked if you are not in the minority of that belief.
Yeah, I'd
be very shocked.
Very interested to
especially
hear from
because
other
our
people.
one fan who comments on things is certainly a Weird Al fan.
Yeah.
Our only fan who emails us is certainly a Weird Al fan, so is definitely going to agree with us. So it's safe to say that 100% of the emails we're going to get this week are going to be on our side of the Weird Al argument. Now, that being said, I will say that I wouldn't be surprised if he's never been asked because he's parody and it would be a rights issue and they'd be worried about trying to get the rights to those songs. I would say that would definitely be a hang-up on that because they're definitely not asking him to do his originals for the Super Bowl because those aren't his popular songs. He's got a couple, but like that wouldn't be the popular ones that people would want to hear. But like
just for like trying to compare and contrast, do you consider Weird Al Yankovic like way above Carrot Top? Because I consider them the same.
Oh, no, absolutely way above Carrot Top. Carrot Top, first of all, Carrot Top is a prop comic. Like, he's not even an artist.
And song comics aren't?
No. First of all, he's not a song comic.
Okay.
He's a comedic singer, but he's not a comic. He's not a song comic. He's a true musician and artist who does parody songs. First, by the way, the only allowable parody artist in the world as far as I'm concerned. Every other parody artist can kick rocks. Like, he is the standard for parody artists. Anybody, if you're not Weird Al, you should not be doing parody songs. And I say that as somebody who's done a parody song and put it on
and
social
I
media.
say it as somebody that doesn't like Weird Al. Nobody should be doing it. Anyway.
And that's fine. You're entitled to that opinion. And I'm not saying that's a weird opinion. You can have that opinion, but he is he is one artist that has, he gets handed down from generation to generation. That's why he continues to release albums, and they continue to go
So
triple
you're saying
platinum.
he's Rafi for children's music.
Who's Rafi?
Rafi is a child music. What do you
Right,
mean?
but he gets past, he
My kids don't know who
stays
Rafi
with
is.
the kids in terms of
No, I don't think that's true. I think he plays to adults and children.
okay.
I absolutely plays to adults and children. I mean, and every artist who's been parodied by him feels that it's one of the greatest honors they've ever had. Because he doesn't just parody people. He goes and asks them first. And nobody's going to know he asked them. He doesn't make that public.
Right, he doesn't blast it.
He doesn't blast it. He says, I'd like to make a song about you. 100% of the time they go, of course you can make a song about me. In fact, every artist that has had a song made about them has become more famous because of it. It's called the Weird Al bump. Like, after they get which makes sense. You hear a parody song and then you want to go hear the real song or whatever. It makes you want to listen to the real song
Wait, did
too.
I step into something?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked that you have an opinion that you don't like or dislike Weird Al. I'm just shocked that you don't understand his cultural reach.
Yeah. No, I just haven't seen it, haven't seen glimpses of it, hence I thought he was literally dead.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I'm also not in the clean comedy world where I value
Sure,
comedy.
but it's still crazy to me that you don't.
I don't watch TV in that
still
prime
like
time kinda way.
he's I don't know.
How are you ingesting him?
I mean, honestly,
organically?
anywhere. I see him on You haven't seen an ad for his concerts or anything like that when he came to Jacksonville, when he sold out the Florida Theater.
No.
That hasn't been on your radar at all.
Nothing on Instagram or Facebook or.
Well, I can guarantee you, after this conversation, it's going to show up on your.
Yeah,
well, I'm going to search.
I'm
going to read his wiki page. I'm going
Yeah.
to try to find something that I find remotely interesting.
I would say there are very few artists that have the reach he has. And longevity, because he's still touring, still putting out new albums. It's crazy that he's still, obviously he's got a never-ending supply because he's doing parody songs, but it's he still continues to put out albums that are hits. People are, they're still going platinum. His albums are still going platinum after all these years.
Regurgitating platinum stuff.
Sure, that's obviously, that's absolutely a part of it, but it's more than that. He wouldn't have the longevity if that were the only thing. He's a good artist in and of himself. And also, he does half parody, half originals. And he's also a renowned polka artist. So like he does a polka song every album. Every album he does a polka song, and that song ends up being popular. You have to have some sort of reach in order for people to like a polka song.
Yeah, he's just a. You've never seen Great British Baking Show, right?
Mm-mm.
No, so it's just outside of your worldview.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah, I'm in a vacuum.
I guess
That happily doesn't have him.
I'm just. It's just surprising to me that even somebody like. I know people who aren't fans of Weird Al, but they still are aware that he's very popular. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift by any means.
That is a wild comparison.
But I'm just saying, I'm just giving an example. I know it's not a 1-for-1, but like I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift by any means. Okay, let's pick somebody else.
I think Taylor Swift's actually a great example there because I know very little about her, other than
but Weird Al Yankovic's not being shown on NFL in NFL games. I'm trying to think of somebody that's like that I could be in a bubble about, but that I still would maybe be aware of. I don't know. I guess I'm more surprised that you're so shocked by it.
Yeah,
not that you're unaware, but that you're shocked that you would have such a reach.
Yeah.
You lived through the 90s. He was huge in the 90s too.
I was very religious. I was very cut off from anything secular.
I feel like that would be right up your alley, though.
I vaguely remember Gangster's Paradise being parodied, but like that's it. I was in Africa. Like I was not a part of pop culture. South Africa.
Well,
Pretoria.
Did you ever listen? You know the song "Africa" by Toto.
Yeah.
Do you know that it's like what he's singing when he sings some of they're incorrect, what he's singing about Africa. Have you ever listened to it? He says, I forget. If you ever listen to it, he talks about the Kilimanjaro and stuff like that. Just listen to what he says about it and then like look it up. It's wrong. Like what he's saying in the song is incorrect about it. It's something like, I think he says Kilimanjaro is in the Serengeti and it's not, or something like that.
Yep.
Like
and white people are like, I love this song.
Exactly.
This speaks to me.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I know. It's like exactly. It is a good song though.
No, fantastic song.
Why isn't Toto playing the Super Bowl halftime show?
Or Weezer did a wonderful remake of Africa.
Did you know that? It's funny that people are saying things like, "We're going to make an alternate halftime show for you to watch." That's why the halftime show started in the first place, is because In Living Color made an alternate halftime show for people to watch, and they all tuned out from the channel. And then whoever was doing it at the time, whatever network had it, was the next year was like, we need to keep viewers. So the first one I think was Michael Jackson, where they're like, we need to get a big artist to come in. Before that, it was nothing. They didn't care about the halftime show. They got local bands, not like marching bands. Mm-hmm. They would get like marching bands to come in and do it, just like they would a college show or something like that. So that's, anyway, pasta.
Obviously.
Okay, one tip about pasta, if you want to make a red sauce a little richer, is just like a cube of chocolate.
Yeah, this is something you said last night.
Richer. You
I had
won't
never heard
taste
of this.
The sugar. Yeah. If you don't have chocolate, you can use a little bit of sugar, but
I use brown sugar.
Brown sugar is better because of the molasses,
yeah.
But wine will help. Anything you can do to just kind of temper the acidity of the tomatoes,
for sure.
Which I love tomatoes. I am a tomato sandwich person. Like I love tomatoes, but yeah, a little bit of chocolate, that richness, that fat, just blends into the rest of the sauce in a really smooth, silky way.
I think my biggest pasta tip is salt the water you boil it in.
We talked about that last night too.
Yeah, because otherwise, you're serving unflavored food.
Yeah, salt the water
and
definitely.
It takes longer. Salt speeds it up.
Yeah, salt the water is a very good tip.
Accelerates.
I prefer angel hair. I also like bow tie pasta for certain types. Like if I'm having Alfredo and it's not homemade fettuccine, I like bow tie because then the sauce sits on the bow tie and it's kind of acts as like scoops it up, and I like that.
Yeah, the pastas are designed for the sauces.
Yeah, right.
So it holds the sauce better.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're eating.
I like a good bow tie. I also like a good bow tie and a pasta salad. You into pasta salad? I like pasta salad.
Not crazy about it, but I like all the ingredients but the pasta. So I like those like antipastas that are antipasta salads.
My wife hates cold pasta,
Yeah.
so
really? I like
get
pasta
it.
salad though.
I'll eat it, but I've just never been like, I'm gonna go to the effort of making that be what I'm have available.
A pasta I hate, and I had to come to grips with this with my mother, is tuna and noodles. She used to mix tuna with noodles and then a little cheese with it,
Yeah.
like a little Velveeta cheese.
Little casserole, baby.
Disgusting to me. I hated it every time. And it wasn't angel hair. It was like the flat. It was egg noodles. You know, like the flat egg noodles.
Egg noodles. Yep.
Disgusting. I hated it all growing up. One day I'm home from college.
Egg noodles aren't awesome.
Yeah, and egg noodles in general I'm not a big fan of. But she made dinner one night. I eat some toast or something, and she's like, "You need to have some protein. Eat some of the tuna noodles." And I said, "Mother, I'm 23 years old. It's time I told you I hate tuna noodles, and I am never going to eat it the rest of my life." And then I walked out the door.
You waited till 23.
Yeah,
That's
I had to
so
wait till I was
sweet.
23 to tell my mother that I hated tuna and
I
noodles.
don't like it.
Yeah.
Please don't make me.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to the podcast. Again, really good beer stop, November 7th. Really good beer stop, November 7th. I don't even know who that was. Marcus Crespo.
Actually.
Marcus Crespo, really good beer stop, November 7th. You got any shows coming up?
I
You wanna
don't.
plug?
I'm that awesome.
We've got the new open mic every Thursday at 9:30 at Root Down in 5 Points in Jacksonville. Root Down at 9:30. If you're Hungarian, you might forget that it exists. Please come to it any Thursday. This will air after this week's, but come next week. It's going to be every week, every Thursday.
West Side.
Yeah, on the West Side. Every Monday, Shantytown 8:30. Shantytown in Springfield 8:30 every Monday. What do you got
about
coming up?
this Saturday?
That's right. I forgot. So tomorrow night, Saturday, October 18th. Saturday, October 18th, we will be at Veterans United. Brian Thomas runs that show. We will be with Richard Aragon and Spike.
Yes,
Spike
will be
Yoder.
there.
Come to tomorrow night. Please come to Veterans United. It's always a good show. That is always
great
one of the
space.
best. It's the longest running independent comedy show in the Jacksonville area. Come out to that show. It's always a fun space. Any other shows, Bobby?
Yeah, so I've got a private event tonight that I'm going to be heading to. Tomorrow, Veterans United. And on October the 28th, it's a Tuesday. If you're in the Villages area, come out to Villages Got Talent. I will be there performing. Hopefully I will win or place. And
Bring a loofah if you don't.
yeah, I don't want to. And I will also be in the Montclair Comedy Festival in New Jersey in November. So yay.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to the show. I'm Joey Nickel.
I'm Bobby Parker.
I'm Tucker Lenora.
Today is whatever we say it is, and you're here for it. See you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Bye.